Welcome to Comic Power. I am your host, Comic Killer 72. This segment today is called Wicked Wednesday. If you didn't know, Wednesday is the new release for new comics that come out every week. These are my recommendations for the best books to pick up on Wednesday. I will also name one book to be the speculation pick of the week. I recently had a 99-cent sale at my eBay store as well, and here are the results. Monstrous number 1, a 9.2 CBCS graded, first print, Eisner Award nominated, and the first appearance of Mike was won by James H. And his winning bid was $32 plus the shipping. The other 99-cent auction start was Sex Criminals number 1, first print, 9.4 CBCS graded and signed by the author and creator Matt Fraction. And winner of numerous Eisner Awards, the winning bid was only $22.50 plus the shipping. As you can see, these coveted issues didn't go for a lot of money, so when I have these 99-cent sales, I advise you to get into them. But you're in luck. This week I'm putting up for sale for 99 cents is Rye number 0, which is the first appearance of Bloodshot. This copy is not graded, but it's about a 9.6 raw. Bloodshot is Valiant Comics' most important single character. He's often compared to Wolverine, but he's more like RoboCop meets the Terminator. He's going to appear in a Ninjak web series, but he's also going to star in his own movie in the near future. Once again, I have a copy of Rye number 0, the first full appearance of Bloodshot, and the auction is starting at 99 cents. This auction ends on December the 8th, Thursday at 9:55 p.m. Eastern Time. See the description below for the link on where to bid on this. Now, let's get started on today's new comic report. DC Comics has given us Raven number 1, which is going to a second print. This is issue 1 of a 6-part miniseries, and it seemed to connect with fans. People love the Teen Titans, and DC is just not giving us enough of them. Next up is Batman number 12. Batman is the most popular comic book character ever created. I shouldn't have to convince you to buy his bi-monthly title. Next up is Harley Quinn number 9. I really love Amanda Connor's interpretation of the character. It really plays up the comedy of her title. Issue 9 also gives us this Brandon Peterson variant, which has Harley throwing a gold brick, and it's a spoof of the Wizard of Oz. A very clever spoof at that, so if you can get this for cover price, I would get this version. Next up is Unfollow number 14 on Vertigo, a division of DC. Probably one of the best books you're not reading. It's the story of a dying social media billionaire and how he's going to leave his fortune to 140 random characters, or whoever is still alive at the time of his own death. This comic is in development with ABC to become a television show, so Unfollow number 1 is probably going to be a very good investment to pick up right now. You can probably get it for about 10 to 15 bucks. The writer is Rob Williams, who's also writing the Suicide Squad right now. Next up, let's see what Marvel is up to. And that's going to be The Avengers number 1, which is going to a second print. After the events of Civil War II, the young teenage Avengers, like Miles Morales and Kamala Khan, splintered off into their own group called the Champions. So the new Avengers now are Spider-Man, Captain America Sam Wilson, the Wasp, Lady Thor, Hercules, and the Vision. Also dropping this week is The Avengers number 2, which is a first print. This is part of the Kang War. Kang the Conqueror is a worthy opponent. I think he's an underrated and underused villain. Next up is Nova number 1. Marvel was refusing to say it in the advanced solicitations, but the covers pretty much give it away. Richard Rider, the original Nova, is returning, which is cool because the kid Nova, Sam Alexander, just never was popular. No matter how hard Marvel tried, they just couldn't get the character to catch on. Marvel's Nova Corps is often compared to DC's Green Lantern Corps, and the comparison is valid. They're sort of like cops, but in space. Next up is Slapstick number 1. This is a character that was forgotten about way back in 1992, soon after his introduction. Marvel was trying to reintroduce these forgotten characters by pairing them with Deadpool, in this case in the Mercs for Money, where Slapstick was one of the sidekicks. I don't think this is going to work. It's probably going to get canceled after 6 issues. Now that Deadpool is this zany, this character is irrelevant to me. Next up is Unworthy Thor number 1, which is going to a second printing. If you haven't been following comics in a while and you picked up the latest issue of Thor, you'll say, why is Thor a chick? Well, Jane Foster is now Thor, and the original Thor, Odin's son, is unworthy. So of course they had to do something with him. This is part 1 of a 5-part miniseries, and people are really feeling this. Next up is the speculation pick of the week. And that's going to be Star Wars Dr. Aphra #1. If you have no idea who this is, let me catch you up to what's going on. She was first introduced in Darth Vader issue #3, where she was recruited by Darth Vader himself as a weapons specialist and tactical fighter to help him take on those pesky rebels. As you can see, she had droid companions, but these are not service droids. These are assassin droids. They're not serving coffee, they're murdering on command. As you can see, this character is depicted to be Asian, which is another triumph in comics because Asians are so underrepresented. And too often in pop culture, it's going to be some stereotype like the Mr. Miyagi character or the me love you long time sex kitten for female characters. Let's get real. Other than Silk and Katana, what other female Asian character has any prominence in comic books? Once again, be very careful about the variants because there's going to be some very expensive ones for Dr. Aphra #1. I would make sure you pick up a copy of Darth Vader #3 because it's her first appearance. A good raw copy should cost about $15 to $18. 9.8 graded are going to go for about $85. That'll be nothing when this character appears in a live action movie. It's going to happen one day. Next up is our report on independent comics and small publishers. First up is Animosity #1, which is going to a 5th print. This is probably the breakout book of the year. It's a dystopian future where animals have come awake and start talking and start taking revenge against their former slave masters, which are humans. It's a great balance of sci-fi drama meets black comedy. Aftershock is similar to Image Comics in terms of its creator owned. They've released over a dozen titles, but this is their first bona fide hit. Next up is Boombox 2016 Mixtape #1 from Boom Studios. This is a collection of short stories similar to what they used to do with Action Comics and Strange Tales. It's the comic version of a mixtape, hence the name. It's got a high price tag of about $10 though. Next up is The Circle #1 from Action Lab Danger Zone. It's the story of a young man named Christian who, after his mother dies, him and his father move to another town and he's bullied by the local kids there. But he befriends all the other weird kids and they start practicing occult rituals. That's a good premise and I like the art style. Next up is Voracious Feeding Time #1, also from Action Lab Danger Zone. This is the story of Nate Wilner. He's a time traveler and a chef. So he travels to the past to hunt dinosaurs and then he feeds his customers dinosaur meat at his restaurant in the present time. That is completely weird, but I am definitely curious to see how they pull this off. This is issue 1 of a 5-part miniseries. Next up is Wonder Woman 1977 meets the Bionic Woman #1 in a partnership with DC Comics and Dynamite Comics. This is a comic based on the TV shows that ran in the late 1970s. These characters' shows, even though they were on at the same time, never actually crossed over. So this is sort of like a what-if story. The Wonder Woman show, you probably do know, it ran from 1975 and 1979, starring Lynda Carter in the lead role. Here's a pic of Lynda in 2012 and she still looks gorgeous. The Bionic Woman started as a spin-off from the $6 Million Man and it ran from 1976 to 1979. It starred Lindsay Wagner in the lead role as the Bionic Woman, aka Jamie Summers. Here's a recent picture of Lindsay Wagner at the Phoenix Comic Con in 2016. Of course this comic is going to be based on nostalgia. Lindsay and Lynda were the first TV crush for a lot of guys like myself. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember these. And of course, there's going to be a gazillion variants for this crossover event. Next up is Norman, the First Slash, #1 from Titan Comics. This is the story of an 8-year-old serial killer named Norman. First introduced last spring, this is the follow-up. Titan has a minor hit in their hands with this character. Next up is Ninjak #22 from Valiant Comics. I can't help myself but to give non-stop praise to Valiant. They're putting out top flight comic books that are really just science fiction in disguise. They should be winning Pulitzers for their work. Before we close, let's see what Image is up to. First up is Violent Love #1, which is going to a 2nd printing. This is #1 of a 5-part miniseries, and the 2nd printing is also a variant. This is a Pulp Fiction inspired criminal romance, and it's got a similar story to Bonnie and Clyde. Violent Love #2 also drops this week, so it's not too late to get involved in this. Next up is The Walking Dead issue 161. This is part 5 of the Whisper War storyline, and the Arthur Adams variants look outstanding. I wish he was the full-time interior artist as well. Next up is The Wicked and the Divine #24. This is another outstanding book that you're probably not reading. It's the story of the pagan gods of the past that have come back to the modern day and inhabiting the bodies of of young people to influence the public by becoming pop stars. I highly recommend this. And last but not least is Motor Crush #1. If it wasn't for Dr. Aphra, this would have been the speculation pick of the week. It's the story of Domino Swift, who competes in the Worldwide Motorcycle Racing League. But off the track, she's engaged in a war with other biker gangs for the possession of a valuable contraband called Crush. Making this even more awesome is the artist and co-creator is Babs Tarr. Here's some sample of her work doing Sailor Moon. She also got famous doing artwork for Batgirl for DC Comics. So I expect Motor Crush to be a surprise hit, but not a real surprise if you follow this channel. That's about it for today. Thank you for watching Wicked Wednesday, where I review all the new comic books for a new comic day. Be sure to follow my blog at comicpower.net. On social media, follow me at facebook.com/comicpower.net and comicpower-universe.tumblr.com. And don't forget twitter.com/comicpowersub. I also sell comics on eBay at this link. This is Comic Killer 72 for Comic Power saying bye-bye. Don't forget to share this video, click on subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and tell everyone you know about this channel to help it grow. Thank you for your support.